And we will make America great again. Thank you, Arizona. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't you ever be sad. Lean on me and I go back. When the day comes and you're down and I'm in trouble and I'm about to drown, just hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. I'm on my way. Your lover. If you get cold, yeah, I will be your cover. Don't have to worry, 'cause I'm here. Don't need to stop, baby, 'cause I'm here. Just hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. Look at it. Reach out to me for satisfaction. Yeah. Look at here, babe. That's all she got to do. Call my name and for reaction. Yeah, yeah, Now don't you ever be sad. Lean on me when the times are bad. When the day comes and you're down, baby, the river trouble and I'm about to drown. Just hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, don't you worry, I'm coming. Here we come. Hold on, I'm saying I'm coming. Hold on, don't you worry.
In the far distant land of common sense, a place where we all once lived, you'll find the Conservative College with Professor Toto. It is here where the foundational principles of our great republic are still taught and true patriots are still educated in the hallowed halls of this school of hope. Just like the iconic puppy from The Wizard of Oz, who found great joy in pulling back the curtain on the lies of the wizard, so does Professor Toto. Grab your seats and welcome to the Conservative College. Class begins now.
Wake up, America! Wake up, you red-blooded patriots from sea to shining sea. It's no time to go to sleep. It's time to rise and fight like we've never fought before. Good evening. This is March the 2nd, 2022, and I am your humble, neighborhood, friendly, fluffy, funny professor, and it is my joy, as always, to be here with you tonight. I do hope you're having a great day. I hope that this has been a good day for you. And if it hasn't, then wake up tomorrow and try all over again. So, my job tonight is to bring you some good news. And I plan to do that. We have a great class tonight, a lot of things that I believe will cause you to have faith that God is in control and that indeed Donald Trump will be returning. And most importantly, that God's plan will be done. I realize we're living in dark days. I realize we're living in troubled times. I'm 48 years old, and I've never lived one day in my life to where I'm the possibility of a nuclear war was something that I had to even think about. Not until today, yesterday, for the first time in my life. Now, I realize It may or may not happen, and that's okay. That's not the point. The point is just how quickly everything can change. Just days ago, you had absolutely no thought about nuclear weapons. Nuclear war seemed like a million miles away, right? Just that quickly. Something like COVID 19 can be released upon the planet from a Wuhan lab. Just that quickly, overnight, your life can change, beloved. Overnight. Days ago, nuclear war was so far away in our minds, but today, as I looked at the situation in Ukraine, and no, we're not going to get into tonight who's the good guys and who's the bad guys. I could care less, because the truth is, the Bible says there's no one good on the earth, no, not one. So there is, someone told me, well, all the corruption is in Ukraine. And I literally wanted to laugh in their face, because how can you say there's corruption in Ukraine, but not Russia? Come on, there's corruption everywhere. There's child sex trafficking in the town that I live in. There is evil on every hand. God has a plan, and before these last few days, we were all sort of living in la la land. But today, as I was watching the Ukrainian people running for their lives, now I want to say this to those that don't believe any of that is happening. You believe it's all a psych ops operation. You watch these YouTube channels where that's what they tell you, and they read their secret messages from outer space, and they've convinced you that that's not real. I'm connected to pastors, missionaries that live in the Ukraine. I know them. They know me. The cell phone images they're sending, the visions they're seeing with their own eyes, sweetheart, this is real. It's very, very real. And you need to pray for these citizens. It's so bad that the Russian soldiers are literally surrendering to the Ukrainians. And that's a fact, because they were lied to. They were told they were going on training exercises. We are living in days of great deception. But I'd said all of that to bring it to this point. Why, any other time in battle, any other time in warfare, we always create what's called a no-fly zone. We did it in Iraq, we did it in Iran, we've done it in Afghanistan, we've done it everywhere. We can create a no-fly zone. Why can we not have a no-fly zone in the Ukraine? Today, as I was watching those citizens running for their lives, I'm thinking, where are their allies? Why are we standing here watching this? And it just dawned on me, the answer dawned on me. We are helpless. We're helpless. No one in the world can do anything to help the Ukrainians. Do you know why? Because if we create a no-fly zone and one of those Russian planes come into it and we shoot at that plane, do you know what starts the next moment? The next second? World War III. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not fear tactics. This is not propaganda. This is the reality that you are living in, some of you, for the first time in your life. This close, if we're one wrong decision away from everything changing. So in these days that we're living in, let us stay prayed up. We have no fear. I have not one second of fear, because I've read the back of the book and I know how this story ends. Amen. Tonight, if you're watching me on YouTube, I will not be able to stay here very long on YouTube, because we're going to be talking about frogs tonight, election frogs. and I cannot afford another strike on YouTube. So in a few moments, we will be disconnecting from YouTube, but we are going to be live on Rumble. So grab your bean bag, come to class, and get in here and get yourself educated with what's really going on in our world today. So many things to talk about tonight. I want to welcome every one of you. Real quickly, a good evening to Steph and Gilbert and Dwayne and Rafaela and Stacy Nelson. And someone asked me to post that Rumble link again. There it is right there. Come on over to Rumble in just a moment, if you will. And we're going to continue tonight's class because there's been a great discovery in the frogs issue that we need to talk about tonight. But before I leave YouTube, let me just show you something that I found very interesting. You know, I've been teaching you for a long time that Joe Biden is the third term of Barack Obama, right? Well, someone asked Mr. Obama the other day, they asked him if he ever wanted a third term. And y'all got to hear his answer. Listen closely.
People would ask me, knowing what you know now, do you wish like you had a third term? And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, he said that. He said if I could have a front man or a front woman and they would let me do the talking through them, let me do the governing through them, then yeah, I would do a third term. Well, congratulations, Mr. Obama. You got what you wanted, and you got you an old senile man that will let you do the talking. Last night, many of you may have seen, hopefully after the fact, the sad state of affairs that President Biden found himself in when he was delivering the State of Confusion address. Because that's what the Democrats are. They're confused. They can't talk they cannot talk reasonably about anything. They have brought this nation to the highest inflation point in 4 decades. They have brought us to the brink of war. They have brought us to the overflowing problem of the border, which is out of control. As I was walking in my studio tonight, I looked up on Fox News and I saw about grocery prices and how they're about to skyrocket. And I thought, that's the old Biden administration. Gas prices. Biden said last night he was going to release 30 million gallons or barrels of oil. Well, thank you, sir. That'll last us about 2 days. We had all the oil we needed. We had every bit of oil we needed. We had so much oil, we were selling it across the world. You, sir, changed all of that. And I pray every one of you watching me that you will not get so distracted like they would like for you to do with the news in Ukraine and around the world, that they do not want you to remember what a mess they have made. Now, the truth is, all these Democrats know that this is Biden's third term. And when I call it the state of confusion, that's what I mean. You got to see this. Watch carefully.
Joe Biden, rather.
Keep government open. We have to do those imminently, more imminently even, to address the full Obama agenda of building back better.
I don't know when I'm leaving. This is an honor and a privilege, and I love working for President Biden every single day.
Secondly, we're in a situation where we have put together, and you guys did it for our the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Folks, we got a lot of work to do. I don't only need you to get me elected, I need you once I'm elected. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you. Go get him.
I mean, you really can't even make this, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, they said it was the Obama administration, every one of them. She's working for Obama. And Biden says, I don't need you to help me get elected. Well, of course you didn't, sir, because of what I'm about to talk about right now. The title of my class tonight is Michael. If you saw the thumbnail, the title of the class is Michael America's Angel? What do I mean by that? I'm going to explain it all to you right now. Before I do, I'm going to say goodbye to our students on YouTube. I love you. I hope you'll get on over here to Rumble so I can tell you all about what's really going on. Good night, YouTube. All right, so Rumble.